Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending from where you're watching us from. This is Our Faces with Alberto. Hope you like them. This is Oscar, your host, and tonight we'll be watching the opening race for the eSailing Nations Cup 2025 edition. It's going to be 8 nations. And Alberto, how are you doing? What can you tell us about this opening race?
All good, all good, all good. The opening race will be just to divide the teams in the two groups, is to let them start to warm up the fingers and making sure that everything is running smooth and running nice. At the beginning, we have 10 seconds to the start. The first boat will be the 49er will be in the M course, the new course that Virtual Regatta just made. Actually, you just made. And it's a nice start here for the Swiss.
Exactly. So we have 3 players from each nation competing in this first race. And it's going to work kind of like a multi-team race where the score of each player win for that team is going to bring that amount of points to their team. So if you arrive first, you bring 1 point to your team, second, 2 points, third, 3 points, and so on. And you just sum up the points from your teammates, and that will be the points for your team. And obviously, the lowest will win.
Yeah, absolutely. And just remember, every boat here is a mixed fleet. Sorry, so there will be at least a male and a female for each. Each team has at least a male and a female. So even good division between number and type of sailor here.
Indeed. We have 2 Japanese in the lead, Kazuki and Yuko, these strong sailors that we've seen in multiple finals throughout the eSailing World Championship. Can their skill translate to nations skill? So that would be team racing skills. It is still a bit like a fleet race though for this opening event. But obviously you want to help your teammates out. The more you can bring them up towards the top of the leaderboard, the better for you, obviously. And as you said, this first course is going to be the M course, newest course added to the game for team racing. So it's a M shape basically. You have this long upwind to start the race, then you're going to go into a reaching leg, half a downwind, half an upwind, and then a long downwind with some reaching legs between.
Yep. At the moment, we have to remember that the M course, you leave the mark on the right hand side and not on the left. So let's see how many did practice with this new course that could create a little bit of a mess inside the first mark.
Yeah, well, I've seen the Japanese train today. I was having quite a bit of a look in the custom races, and I was lucky enough to fall on one of their training sessions, I'm guessing, with the 49er on the M course. So they've been practicing at least today. And then quickly looking at the Twitch chat over there, I see Sipa Reggio, a nice hoster and Swede sailor, who's going to support his Swedish teammates.
Yep, and that are doing actually really, really well. 4 for foiled, 5th for Rommel, and 8 for 8 SGR. So definitely a great start for the Swedish and the Japanese, but the Japanese have a Nanana in the back part.
We have Nanana jumping in 16 right now, but both of her teammates, Kazuki Yuko, leading the fleet. We do have a Hungarian, Kispe.
Yeah, he's Peter. Kiss Peter.
In the top 3.
Yeah. Let's see if he can keep it. No, he cannot. Penalty from an aggressive foiled that want the podium here and give a penalty to Kispe. Penalty for SGR now given by his own teammate. From Piraticus.
Yeah, so watch out with their friendly fire. It is active, so you want to stay away from your teammates, not slow them down, not put penalties on them, because that's gonna hurt your overall standings in the end for your team. As we're still spectating SGR 88 starting this half upwind. It's gonna be the last upwind of the race. which is the time to shine for 49ers. Kazuki still in the lead. And we see Foiled over here, who has strengthened his sailing skills or eSailing skill in the past few years, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Last year he really leveled up. We've seen him very often on the top of the leaderboards, and he still is to this date.
Yeah, you can see he is racing with the Yuko in an amazing way. The rest of the Swedish foiled and Rommel in third and fifth. Scavaruzzo finally from Italy. Someone from Italy is here with Scavaruzzo in sixth position. And we have the Polish that are also really, really well positioned. And I think at the moment, with a Nanana in 17th, that will be interesting. That will be interesting because there will be a lot of points for them for that reason. So I would say Polish are in tied with the Japanese at the moment for the first race.
And Kazuki, you see it at the top of your screen over there. Starting this last downwind is going to be a longer downwind till the finish line all the way over there. We're sailing on the Brest venue, new venue from the French team who has won the 2024 edition.
Yep.
I decided to use this venue as a
hosting
venue.
Yeah, as a show off of their skills from last year.
Well, it was a tight race. We remember that race. It really happened on that last reaching leg in the F50 versus Italy.
Yeah, how can I forget that? The most amazing races we have commentated, I still believe. Tied up with the Petit Finale that almost finished in the same way. So
exactly, yeah. Well, they're going to put off the same kind of show this year.
Yeah, let's hope for it.
And Maradani Gambare Nihon, which I'm guessing is a support for Japan. Swedish eSailing supporting the pineapple on the pizza.
Yeah. That's Christian. That's the representative from the Swedish M&A that is not picking up a flight, is not catching up a flight. Is waiting in a room of the airport while watching our amazing event now.
Well, we have our first finishers, Kazuki finishing in first, Yuko in second, Foiled in third, and Rommel in fourth. So we have 1, 2 for Japanese, 3 and 4 for Sweden. And we have the Italian arriving at the same time as Kispe, Hungarian, at 17 seconds after Kazuki.
Yep.
Black Panther is going to be the one closing this first race for France. In the Nakra 17, it's going to be the reaching course. So that means a reaching start into a downwind, upwind with some gates, downwind with some gates, upwind with some gates, half a downwind, and a reaching finish on port.
Yep. So this one will be even more interesting. Is a fast boat, is a crazy situation here. We have all the players now.
Have all the players, so they've woken up.
Finally.
And let's see how the Japanese pull off this start, because Kazuki and was it FC Rich that first race?
No, still Kazuki and Nanana, and no, it was not FC Rich.
And well, Scavaruzzo takes the mark first, followed by Kwapi in second. Kazuki is not far behind. We see Foiled One on the podium again. Vari in fifth, followed by FC Rich in sixth, Roxy Joni in seventh, the return of that German sailor.
Yeah.
Radicus that we've seen last year as well for the German team.
It's a nice mess for the first gate here. A lot of people. Actually, to be honest, not a lot of penalties. Just 3 penalties here.
It was rather clean, yeah.
Yeah, 6 penalties, but yeah, in the end. But what do you think about Scavaruzzo in the lead in front of Kazuki at the moment?
Scavaruzzo in the lead in front of Kazuki. Well, that's You know, that's a feat to pull because Kazuki is one of the best players in the world right there.
Yeah. And it
And
will be
but
really.
Scavaruzzo, you know, is no pushover as well. We've seen him several times in Italian's team. We've seen him several times in some knockouts or finals.
Mhm.
So maybe the Nakra, you know, is one of his fortes, or the
Yeah.
region start.
And is it also interesting? TTH Virag, the female sailor from Hungary. That one will be a really nice introduction to the event. She's racing multiple boats around the world.
Watch out for the
Mainly,
friendly fire here
yeah,
between
that
two
was
Hungarian
really
boats.
close.
And Scavaruzzo and Kazuki are going to be rounding that first, well, that second gate, upwind gates, both on the same gate. And it looks like Kazuki took the lead over Scavaruzzo. Kazuki again in the lead after his first race that he won for his team.
Yep.
Foiled still in second. And what's happening? Let's go in the bulk of the fleet, see what's happening behind. Currently on SGR 88 from Sweden, right next to FC Rich and Avari, the Polish captain.
Yep. It's interesting how they're all close over there. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th, with the Sozi doing a good start. Das Boot fighting with Roxy Joni, a representative of the two M&As here fighting. That's really
missed
interesting.
that, yeah. Das Boot putting a penalty on the German. That's going to allow actually one of his teammates, Schutz, Peter, sorry for the pronunciation, to pass in front. Roxy Joni taking that reaching mark very wide.
So in front we have still the two Japanese with Kazuki and FC Rich in 1st and 4th. Nice to see Vari in 2nd, and absolutely a new emotion here for Scavaruzzo, that one of the youngest Italian sailor, and actually performing against the best in the world and best way positioned.
Exactly, and putting that penalty on FSC Kazuki, that's going to allow him to put a bit more lead on Kazuki. Maybe allow one of his teammates to catch up a bit. He doesn't have teammates that are that close. The closest to him, the closest Italian, is going to be Sozi in 7th. Who was not able to overtake Kazuki. But maybe that will allow Vari to take 2nd place from Kazuki.
Yeah, but look at Foiled coming down to 17 knots, all from upway over there. And SGR in 4th position is really... What?
Yeah, Italy is... Sweden is doing quite well. Unsurprisingly, but good. And we saw Foil doing this maneuver, trying to put the penalty on, was that Scavaruzzo?
Yeah.
And Vari now taking 1st place. That top fleet is very close to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really tight over there with Vari, SGR, Scavaruzzo in 3rd,
the kite or
penalty.
let it out?
Because no kite, you need to put it up here. And
yeah, we've seen several of them hesitate, keeping the kite out for a bit too long. Hopefully for them, well, good thing for them, almost everyone did it, so no one really lost any places over there. Let's quickly switch to the back of the back of the fleet. A lot of penalties, one for AKZ from Poland, one from for Japan, Black Panther, and 23rd is going to be Yuzu, and 24th. Fortunately, touching the mark over here.
What do you think about the first two hectic races here?
Well, it's good. We have Kazuki, who so far is sailing on the podium. Foiled is never far as well. I don't know how Vari and SGR and Scavaruzzo finished in that first race. Sweden in 1st with 44 points. Japan in 2nd with 48 points. Italy in 3rd with 62 points. 68 points for Poland in 4th. 5th goes to Hungary with 77 points. Germany in 6th with 87 points. Switzerland 100 points. And France in 8th with 104 points. Is there a limit as to how many races each player can sail? I believe that's 4. But correct
No.
me if I'm
There's
wrong,
not
Alberto.
for this one. For this one, everybody can do the whole races.
Okay.
But for the next one, they will have a limit for the races each player can do, because we do not want to promote the idea of someone who can win alone the whole event, the whole uh, team race event. This one is a show off of the power of each nation, and I want to see actually a little bit of tactics between the players and understanding when they're looking at the results. For example, with Sweden and Japan, the first two position, and France in eighth. I want to understand what's going to happen um, when they when they decide to if they have like Italy, Japan, and France in the same group. That would be funny.
That's going to be a tough group indeed. Because again, the seeding, well, the results for this mixed race is going to decide the seedings for the groups. And 10 seconds to go. It's the F50, so it's a big fleet for the F50. 24 sailors on this course. Usually we limit that to around 10 players.
But it's
So
nice
it's going to be hectic.
With the TTH Virag in one of the best position, but Foil and FC Rich definitely is going to take the first position. But after that, there is a Hungarian block over there. Let's see how they play it. Oh, penalty for Viraga for rule number 16.
Given by none other than Mine RV Seo.
Yep.
LS7 taking the lead for Italy in third place overall. Foil taking the lead for Sweden in the first place overall. And we're going to see Acer and Alcalea 7 and 11th in the mix over here. Avari from Poland in 9th. Watch out from the friendly fire between TTH and KISP.
Yeah.
A couple of penalties here behind at the mark round, and one for Roxy Joni, one for Alcalea. Pepino also takes one. AKZ also takes one from Poland. And AC Fiance, there is 8 nations in this Nations Cup. It's going to be Sweden, Japan, Hungary, France, Italy, Poland, Germany, Japan, and Switzerland.
Yep. Wow, we are really fast. Now a little bit faster. So at the moment we have, I think, a domination about the two Japanese that they have always two Japanese in the lead, and is really.
Yes, but overall it's going to be Sweden leading, right? So Sweden have some more consistent players, or a more balanced level between the players. So one star player is definitely going to help, because he's not going to, or they're not going to bring a lot of points, which is good. But if your teammates can't follow, or if you don't help out your teammates, then they're going to be the ones getting a lot of points. And well, I think that's kind of what happened for the teams currently at the bottom. They have players who missed the first races, so that brings 25 points to the team, which is a lot.
Yep.
For just one player.
Do you have a connection issue for Hakalia? Probably.
Looks like it.
And I believe at the moment Foil is so much in the lead. Seems he's racing alone.
He's already starting. Yeah, he's already starting the last upwind. I think that's kind of what happens once you take the lead with the F50. Being a foiling boat, that means that the wind shadow is going to be behind. So even when you're chasing the boat, you're actually being slowed down by the boat in front of you. So if you keep at the good shifts and know how to control the fleet behind you, then you're just going to keep digging that distance with the people.
Yeah, it's insane to see that the difference between Foiled and Black Panther is over a kilometer. I'm not considering Haikala because he has some trouble, and now is 2,200 meters behind. But yeah, the distance between the first and the last one is around a kilometer. So I would say that's a lot for 3 minutes of races here.
And that is a lot. It is the F50, so it is going fast. And yeah, AC Finance, if you want to see more nations, obviously we keep the door open to any M&A that wants to join the Nations Cup, so they just need to get in touch with World Sailing.
Yeah, send me a
Take the
message.
bundle and join the Nations Cup. Or have a national championship. You know, you don't have to join the Nations Cup and have the national championship. You can have either or.
Yep.
And Gazmu 44, Allez les Frenchies, supporting the French, currently in difficulty, so they're gonna have to pull something out of their hat if they want to come back into it. Looks like Alcalea is actually coming back, managed to reconnect and gaining 8 meters. But Foiled is going to start his last reaching towards the finish line, giving 1 point to Sweden. And Gosmu supporting Black Panther from France. Das Boots in third. Pretty spaced out for the top 3.
Yeah, really spaced out. It's really strange that this much difference between the top 3. Why do you think is that?
I think the F50 is just this kind of boat where if you manage to, put some distance between you and the sailors behind you, you can just increase it as the race goes on. Because it's hard to catch up in F50 unless the person in front of you does a mistake. Mineo RV Sail is going to cross the finish line in 6th, KSP in 7th, Vari in 8th. Let's go towards the other half of the fleet, and Sila and Kila currently in 20th. We've seen her was that Trieste?
We see her in Stockholm.
No, it's Stockholm for the grand final.
Yep.
No. In 23rd. How many NAS are there? No. It's four NAS.
Nana. Like this?
Close enough. And Alcalea rounding that last mark, arriving in 24th.
Was an interesting race. What do you think?
Yep, we're looking at them right now. First place is still for Sweden. Japan just 9 points behind, 79 points. Third in Italy with 95 points. Fourth is going to be for Hungary with 96 points. That's a good performance from Hungary, the newcomers for this year, arriving in the top half of the fleets after 3 races. So hopefully they can keep this level up. Poland in 5th with 113 points, 132 points from Germany, 150 points in 7th for Switzerland, and France with 155 points in 8th. It looks like the start procedure has been given for race number 4. So we'll go over there in a second.
We have put a nice course for the J70, a simple LAR2, something that is kind of straightforward, upwind, downwind reaching, and with the offset on the upwind and negating the downwind mark. 24 boat, we have the first of Barbie, for the female player for France. And we have 30 seconds to start. A lot of players starting on the race committee. That will be interesting. A couple of the Polish team seems to stay more on the left-hand side. The Swedish and German more on the right-hand side. Italian on the race committee. So 3 seconds to the start, 2, 1. A couple of penalties here and there with, I would say, Azir in the best position, probably half a second later. That's why he's not in the lead, but now the wind shift is coming to the right. Seems Sozis and LS7 are going to try to catch this kind of wind with Velista 71. So the Italian team is pushing on the right wind shift. Azir saw it. Let's see what is happening at the moment. It's an interesting situation here on the right hand side, and right now tacking in front of the German Lostrio, Alessandro Vadaca from Italy, and I believe he's there nearby the lead. If he stays at least until the ley line, Italy and France will have the lead with a major good start for Quapi from Switzerland.
Indeed. But so far, it's pretty close. So we're going to have a lot of traffic coming in at the mark.
Traffic coming up to the mark, it's an euphemism, I believe. It'll be Paris traffic around the mark.
We had a Seer here attacking over Quapi. LS7 is not going to be able to make it, so he's going to attack before. Sozi is going to come from starboard.
Yeah, she's really high.
LS7 was the first one to reach the mark zone, but Acer is on the inside.
Oh my god, we have a 1-2-3 Italy, guys.
1-2-3 Italy's. Well, 1-2 so far, with Acer taking a penalty, Quapi taking a penalty, but Velista 71 also taking a penalty.
A little bit
and
confusing.
And the order did change a bit, so it allowed LS7 and Sozi to take 1 and 2 as Serge was pushed out of that 1 and 2 position into third, still on the podium. Kazuki never far behind in fourth. Roxy Joni saw him in fifth for a brief moment before recovering from a penalty.
There was a lot of penalty around the first mark. Velista 71 was third, get a penalty, and now is 14th.
Just time to spectate one of the new names in the Nations Cup from one of the new countries, Release Seed.
Mm-hmm.
From
Hungary.
So I'm curious to see what this player can bring to the table. Currently defending nicely against Zimus, who was a bit too close, touched him, and took that penalty. 10-second slowdown. Watch out for the friendly fire. Could not avoid it.
Yeah, TT Virag penalty on his teammates. It's really difficult to avoid your teammate here, though, to be honest. Look at the mess that is around this mark.
Nice mark rounding by Yuko over here, taking the inside. Velista 75 is going to have to recover for that penalty. LS7 taking a bit of a lead over there as Serge jumps back up to second, Sozi in third, and FSC Kazuki coming in close in fourth. I just want to mention those that I forgot about the following. I saw Barnum 44, Maximum 1993, and Lizoev. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Hope you guys are doing well. Not hesitate to write down the nation that you are supporting.
What do you think about France really not performing tonight? They are already in the last position, and I believe at the moment their position will not get better, because yes, they have a 0 in second, but they have 20th Barbie and 21st Alcalia, so definitely some struggle here from the French team.
Yeah, from the former champions. Well, it is going to be complicated. This changes as well compared to last year. Last year we did not have this kind of event to seed the knockout groups, so we started with the knockout stage. Well, a round robin group stage actually that created the seeding for the knockout stage. Which is kind of different, because over here it isn't like a classic 1v1 team race. It's a team versus team versus team versus team versus team versus team. So it's a mixture of fleet and team. So maybe they're not used to this, and the fact that they have very strong players like Acer being in first place, he can't fight against 21 other players.
Yet. So impressive races by the Italians, 1 and 3 at the moment.
Yep, where's the third one? That's Velista 71 and 14th. I'm seeing also a strong performance from Sweden again, 789.
Yeah.
SGR, Yoko, and Seabear.
Still the two Japanese, 4th and 5th, both attacking, one defending, one attacking Roxy.
It's going to be a difficult spot for Roxy to get out of. In 21st for the Japanese. Let's see what Roxy decides to do. So it was the LAR2 course, so this last reaching is how you finish. LS7 is going to go towards the start line. Let's see the smart rounding between Acer and Suzy. Acer taking the inside is going to try to push Suzy on the outside. Unfortunately, none of his teammates are close to him to be able to...
nobody else is close to him. They're like went away, both of them.
Yeah. Kazuki Yuko managed to take 4th and 5th, pushing Roxy Joni in 7th. Yoko arriving in 6th. Roxy Joni taking a penalty from the Swedes, so that's going to allow all 3 Swedes to pass in front of him for 6, 7, 8. Roxy Joni taking 9th, Zimuth in 10, Vari in 11, Kwapi in 12. Let's see what's happening behind. We're coming at a moment where they're recovering from a lot of penalties. Yuzu is 18th, Barbie 19th.
Okay. Can I stop you 1 second? I lost the connection. So can you take the results, please, for me?
Sure. And Attila Ankila in 24th.
Japan and Italy that are closing up for 2nd and 3rd position. The problem is now France is in 7th. That will going to be fighting against Sweden, Italy, and Poland. So, as you can understand, interesting situation here. A lot of tactics. 3 points, I believe, between Switzerland and France. So even that one. Let's see what's happening now, because if something big happen in this race and France actually take a lot of points of difference between Switzerland, Italy needed to do everything he can to be in 2nd position.
Yep, it's going to be tough for the teams to continue to catch up to Sweden, because Sweden is just not putting that many points on the board, which is good. Again, it's a low point scoring system, so the least amount of points, the better. Currently with 91 points, that's more than double for France and Switzerland. So they're going to have to put a very strong performance if they want to catch up. Maradoni, how do fleet results translate to groups? Is it example 1, 4, 5, 8 in one group and 2, 3, 6, 7 in another group? That's exactly the case.
No, that is not the case.
That. And Alberto, how that's going to translate into the groups.
Is 1, 3, 5, 7 against 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd versus even.
Okay.
So there will be a little bit, because this one do not want to give price for this race, want to 47 seconds to the start of the offshore race. But if you have a nice and even group division, will actually give a better price for the knockout stage if the results of the fleet race are actually consistent for the next group, for the next stage. So the idea is to give a price for the knockout and not for the group stage. 12 seconds, everybody much on the line. And that's a crazy situation that is happening right now. Sweden and France try to start a little bit early. Let's see, but I believe amazing start from Sozi here. Penalty for Azir, and all the good start that he did was vanished in this early tack.
Actually, I don't know if that was intentional or from Sozi. I actually thought there was an Italian. I thought Fodwan was one of the Italian boats.
Yeah, well, it was an amazing start on the right-hand side.
Yeah, would have been a nice strategy actually to try to get that that start very near the committee boat, and having another one a bit further away to try to cut off anyone who would try to tack over, forcing that 15, because obviously you need to give room for the others to try to avoid you if you start attacking. Das Boot is the one who takes the lead. It's going to be a a end course this time, right, on the offshore racer?
Yeah, exactly. So you needed to leave the mark on the right, and we know who is going to be insane at the mark. Let's see what is going to happen.
Well, Vari is going to try to
Um,
push SGR out of the way. Unfortunately, entering the mark zone and SGR having the inside is going to be Vari taking the penalty. Was that SGR? Was that Desboot,
no,
actually?
that's good.
Yeah. Paradicus in second, Rommel in third again. Sweden in the top 10 every time. Rommel in third, SGR 88 in fifth, foiled in seventh.
Yeah.
They have been practicing.
Yeah, that's really strange how Sozi was in the lead just before the mark, and now she is last. It's incredible how much one small tackle, one small jibe is going to cost in this race. Look how close they all are, except the
Except for
smooth
Sweden with this
pirate
perfect
coast
line
and
for
yeah.
Sweden. As Rommel packs away at GR7, taking third place. It's going to be Alcalea in fourth for France. Acer behind him in ninth. LS7 in 11th. We see actually a part of the fleet going on the left top over there. Let's see what's happening for them. Barbie recovering from a penalty in 21st. And on the left side, it's going to be Rommel leading.
And Dasboot at the moment is in the lead. Well, congratulations to the Hungarian. We were checking the difference between France and Switzerland, but we have Haikalea in a great position, but Azir 18 and 20th for Barbie, Quapi 18, Peppino 22nd. So there will be still a couple of points gained from the French team.
I just saw the follow from Milky Way 000. Thank you for the follow.
Ooh, look at Until Aquila and Peppino going at 10 knots, kind of free. They were trying to get that path, but they didn't actually manage to take it.
Yeah, well, Peppino was still going at 10 knots for a moment over here, and Tilanquila going at 11 knots, but they're starting to go a bit deep on the side, so they're maybe going to gain some meters.
Yeah.
They're on starboard as well.
Look how interesting will be the running of the mark.
And mark rounding is going to be a mess again. Again, we have the 1 and 2 kind of putting that gap between them and the rest of the fleet. GR7 making that link between the two. Desboot and Paradicus flying away. Let's get closer to this mark and see all the penalties happening at the mark rounding.
Penalty for foiled from Sweden, and Quapi get the 6th position. Remember, we were discussing Quapi in 18th position a few seconds ago.
Do you think there's a strategy when you're rounding the mark over here with everyone at the same time?
I think that Peppino did the right things. He gained the 8th position. He went to the cleanest place. He went for an inside rounding mark, and he gained so much from it. Really, really great move from the experience of Peppino. He went to a place that was strategically more important rather than going slightly faster. But instead of going in the mix to attack, he went on a protective side, and he protected his running of the mark. Congratulations to Dasboot to finish in first position.
Exactly, Desboot crossing the finish line. Behind him is going to be Paradicus, and looks like we have a 2-3 for Germany. That's
with the GR7, right?
With GR7 in third, SGR 88 currently in fourth. Yeah, GR7 is going to confirm that third place for Germany. SGR 88 was going to be a 4-5 for Sweden for sure. And then can Foil take the 6, or will that be Vari? It's going to be Foil taking 6 for Sweden. So 4, 5, 6 for Sweden. Yuzu is going to take 11th or 10th. 11th looks like it. Barbie managed to climb up a bit, currently in 13th. Acer in 14th. Inching above that start line to get that position. Attila and Kila is going to fight with Taumeister and Bilista for these last position. Who's it going to be? Attila or Taumeister for that 24th place? Here we have it. Sweden with 106 points. That is 52 points ahead of Japan. That is very good.
They almost do not have to race on the last one and still can keep the lead.
Japan with 158 points in second place. Italy in third with 170 points. Hungary in fourth with 187 points, 17 points behind Italy. Then 12 points behind Hungary is going to be Germany with 199 points. Poland 200 points sharp in sixth. France with 233 points. And then close behind is going to be Switzerland in eighth with 237 points, as we have 40 seconds to go in the start procedure for this last race in the ILCA. What can we say about the ILCA in team racing, Alberto?
This one will be really interesting. A lot of advantage is taken when you're ducking before tacking. So when you bear away. So especially with that many boats, I think this one will be an interesting race. We have the trapezoid course, so different kind of situation, and 7 seconds to go. Let's see what
Exactly. Trapezoid course with the offset mark on the outer loop. Because it's a trapezoid outer loop, not the inner loop. So the outer loop just means that you're going to start the course with the upwind that these players have just started. Taumeister that we're looking at 21st. Into a broad reach, into a downwind, upwind, downwind on the outer side of the loop, into a finish. Is that a reaching finish as well?
Yeah, I think so. What do you think between France and Switzerland, 4 points, and 12 points between Japan and Italy over there?
Repeat that. France and Switzerland.
That they're all close and
4 points, and then what was the other team?
And the other team are Italy, Japan, and Hungary. That in 20 points, 30 points are all there. It's easy to make 30 points here. We have 3 teams. It's exactly the average that you're getting 30 points. So
one player can score 24. So the maximum you can get is 22 plus 23 plus 24.
Yeah.
Which is like 60, 70-ish.
69.
69. Nice. And the minimum you will get is
6.
First, second, and third, so 6. So between 6 and 69. So yeah,
it's
about
a lot of
the average.
Look at how the French are pushing. Second, third, and fourth.
Another prime. Oh, just a subscriber, Matt Bizesh. Thank you for the subscription. Merci, Matt Bizesh. And Mine Arvisil is leading, heading into this broad reach, into the second mark that you see at the top of your screen. Followed by 2 French. Finally, we have 2 French in the top 3. Barbie and Acer. Alcalea not far behind. And as I say that, he's dropping down positions soon to 18.
It would be interesting to understand what would be the tactic during the trapezoid course here. Because if you go too high, you're going to overlap and pass someone. But when you're going too low, you can get the inside. So the interesting part would be to understand how much is someone want to attack and get like maybe half position, and then how much you want to defend the inside. So really, really interesting here.
Yeah, exactly. Because well, you kind of explained everything. I'm not going to repeat it, but
And
Not a lot of changes, I believe, during that leg. So Mino Arvisel is still first, Barbie and Acer still second and third, followed by Quapi and Schutz. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Schutz, Peter.
I will investigate more.
The Swedes still kind of close to each other for Rommel in 8, SGR 88 in 11, and Yoko in 12. Zimus in 13 from Poland. We see Antila Kila, his teammate, being slowly pushed out by FC Rich.
Yep.
As we're gonna see Schutz taking an unfortunate penalty and Acer as well on the mark, both taking a 31. Meaning that
hitting the mark.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
And Acer had to duck down to let Quapi pass in fourth. TTH Virag from Hungary in seventh. Matt Bizeash, go France. Unfortunately, I believe that France is going to stay in the 4 to 8 position.
Yeah, but look at the Hungary that have second and third and sixth.
Hungary have third and 7. Where's the last one? KSP is in 24th.
Yeah, but the Italians are 18, 19, 18, 20, 21.
Oh yeah, I did not see that from Italy. Japan are pretty average, so Mineo Arviso in first, FC Rich in 10, and then Nanana in 23rd, so they're on all sides of the course.
Mm-hmm.
And a Swede sailor, you are right to say that your Swedes are doing fantastic, leading the overall event.
Yeah.
With a remarkable consistency. And I believe they actually I didn't really pay attention to it. I probably should have. And we'll have a look at it in the replays, but I believe they kind of all follow each other or complement each other because they're always close to each other, more or less in that same position.
I believe their strength is in their female player. They are all fantastic, but SGR is another level. Today she raced in an amazing way. So she's always top 10, always fighting. She just finished the first race in a bad position, except that everything was going really smooth for her. So,
and yeah, it is going to be a reaching finish.
Nice.
Let's say OAR2. That's the name.
Yeah.
Mino Arvisel still in first, still followed by Barbie, still followed by Acer, no wind shadowing between, or no friendly wind shadowing. Quapi is not going to be able to put Acer in his wind shadow, but he is going to be attacked likely by Schutz Peter and FC Rich right behind them. Tammeister in 8, and Silankila in 7. What's happening at the end over there? Let's switch to Alkalia. In 16, on his right, Zimus from Poland in 11, Rommel in 10, Yoko in 12. Where's SGR? SGR is in 9. Vari in 11, as we see Mino Arvisel crossing the finish line up there, followed by Barbie taking second place, Acer taking third place, Schutz taking fourth place, Schutz Peter from Hungary. And I believe Quapi unfortunately took a penalty from FC Rich, who stole the 5th place from him.
Where is the other Hungarian?
So we have Schutz, who just crossed the finish line in 4th, and then TTH Virag in 15th, and KSP in 24th. At the more grounding spectating, Pepino from Switzerland. We see LF7 recovering from a penalty in the middle of the fleet over there. Alkelea is going to take 11th place. Vari is going to take 10th. Yoko in 16th, right next to Rommel. Zimus taking a penalty in 15th place is going to allow LF7 to actually take 15th back from him. Pepino crossing the finish line in 16, Zimus in 17. And then it's going to be a tight finish between these 5 boats. And we are back. Switching to the final scoreboard.
Yeah, that was really, really interesting because we have a tie break between two teams, and the tiebreaker was decided as the lowest results in the team results in the last race. So we need to calculate how much point they all made. It was really, really interesting to look at. So first of all, I would say congratulations to Sweden for an amazing race. 140 points in 6 races is really, really, really well. Great second position for Japan, third position for Italy, and here is the podium. Impressive result of Hungary, first time in the Nations Cup with 229 points. Poland in fifth with 235. Look how close they are. 9 points between Italy and Poland. So think how close they were. France 249 points in sixth position, and it's correct. Seventh for Germany, 249 points, and in the last position we have Switzerland with 280 at the moment. So the two group are divided as following: Sweden, Italy, Poland, and Germany against Japan, France, Hungary, and Switzerland. Interesting, right?
That's going to be some interesting groups, and yeah, as you said, a big congratulations to Sweden for this remarkable races. 140 points in 6 races for 3 players. That's arriving between 7th and 8th, an average for each of their players in each race. So yeah, clear dominance here by the Swedes for this opening race in the eSailing Nations Cup. And as you said, as you explained, the tiebreak between France and Germany, both at 249 points. You say the results of that last race, whoever competed best is favored. France scored, I believe that was 16 points, and Germany scored 50 points, so the tiebreak goes in favor of France for that last race. And yeah, as you said, so Sweden, Italy, Poland, Germany in that first group. That's going to be a tough group.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Sweden and Poland similar level. Italy and I believe Germany has shown a really, really a good performance today, especially with the Piraticus and Roxy Johnny. That I believe we saw them in the lead. Big result for France, getting from 7 to 6. Yeah, that will be really, really interesting.
Well, they started last, but I guess you have to start somewhere, and fortunately, not the best of events for them. But yeah, you were saying, so Sweden, Italy, Poland, and Germany, I think is going to be a very balanced group, because Sweden and Poland have both showed Italy that they can compete against them, and it's not an easy win for sure. And Germany has been increasing in their level and has caused some fights to Poland, I believe it was last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so they can definitely take the fight to Sweden and Italy as well.
Andy Ger7 is doing an amazing job with the German community. He's pushing a lot for a lot of races, so definitely will be not easy. But look at the other one: Japan, France, Hungary, Switzerland. That will be another one that will be really, really interesting.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting as well, because we have kind of like a wild card in this group with Hungary that we don't really know how they will perform in the Nations Cup. We don't really have a history for which we can compare. We know that both France and Japan historically have been some very strong teams. France being the one who has won the most titles in the Nations Cup, 2 or 3 if I'm not mistaken. Japan always arriving in the podium or in the top 3, so one day they're going to win, that's for sure. And Switzerland is kind of like Germany in the sense that they've been increasing their level and they can bring the fight to the team, so they're definitely not a team to snooze on.
Yeah, that would be an interesting now. That is, as you can see, there is a message in the chat from Mardoni, says that Italy, Sweden, Poland, and France would have been a crazy group. That would be really, really fun to watch.
Yeah, again. But again, the group stage is not going to be any knockout stage either. So in the group stage, there's going to be a round robin in each group. So each team is going to compete against the other teams of her group. And that's just going to decide how the seeding for the knockout stage is going to be. So if you finish first in your group, you're going to be fighting against the last of the opposite group.
Yeah, correct. And then just underneath you, the second of the other group is going to fight against the third of your group. So there will be a lot of possibilities and chances for all the team to race against each other. And I would be surprised if all the teams like do not race at least once each time. So
I think every team is likely to, well, not guaranteed, but likely. Because what's going to happen also in the knockout stages, you're going to have the classic knockout, so starting with the quarterfinals, semifinals, bronze final, grand final. But if you ever lose or are eliminated in one of those stages, you're going to go ahead into the classification round.
Correct.
We're going to go head to head against the other countries that were eliminated in the classical knockout stage, if I might call it like that. So high chances of each team playing against each other.
Yep.
See the rest of the competition. We now know the group, and so it's going to be time for us to wrap it up. Any last words for you, or Alberto?
It's a great start for an amazing Nations Cup here, with someone that last year I think they finished fifth. Sorry, Sweden, because the final was Japan-Poland, the petit final. Am I correct? Yeah. So as you can see, there is a lot of pushing from Sweden for having an amazing Nations Cup this year. Looking forward to this situation happening again, with Sweden trying and push as much as they can for the victory of this Nations Cup, like they did tonight.
Exactly, as well. Excited for that. Well, keep an eye on the in-game news. Keep an eye on the socials from both World Sailing and Virtual Regatta. We'll let you know what the next fixtures are. Right now, the teams have just discovered against who they're going to be playing in their groups, so they're going to be talking to each other to decide on the dates in which they're going to compete. And in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be the group stage, and then we'll do a pause during the Christmas break and see each other again after the Christmas break, back in January, for the knockout stage. Would like to have seen my seating 2, 3, 6, 7, says Maradoni. 2, 3, 6.
Yeah, exactly. Japan, Italy, France, and Germany. That's why I thought that France obviously was doing really bad. Italy. That's why we went for 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. This one was a lucky moment for us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's time for us to wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. Hope that you have enjoyed. Do not hesitate to follow the Twitch channel to see the next stages of the eSailing Nations Cup. Big shout out to Giovanni as well as principal race officer, giving the starts and the sailing instructions, arena instructions, and all that in the background. So big thanks to him. Thank you, Alberto, to host this opening race for the eSailing Nations Cup.
Thank you awesome for being here and helping to promote the world sailing events around the world.
Well, it has been Oscar, your host, with Alberto, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Have a good night.